What's going on YouTube? You guys are watching Box and Talk with Shaka Waka. What's going on, everybody? Y'all, just wanted to speak on Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Even though it doesn't seem like it will ever happen, this is still, to me, the biggest fight at heavyweight. But before I get into it, I want to say thank you to everybody who comes and likes and comments on my videos. Shout out to all my subscribers and shout out to the whole LDBC. Man, y'all are the real ones. Now let's go ahead and get into this, man. We have made it to Thursday. Friday is tomorrow. Thank goodness. Hope everybody had a good week. Now, it's a lot of shit going on. Well, it's not really a lot of shit going on in the heavyweight division, and it's been like that for a minute. But we know that recently, Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk. Now, it's been a lot of talks about who Tyson Fury is going to fight next, if he's going to unify for Undisputed with Usyk, or is Anthony Joshua going to get that rematch with Usyk, yada, yada, yada. Deontay Wilder has been talking about fighting Andy Ruiz and I think Charles Martin, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, but I haven't really heard too much on Deontay Wilder since the Tyson Fury fight. But I think he's still got one fight left in him, and I think that fight needs to be with Anthony Joshua. Just because the fight with AJ and Usyk seems like it's not really secure. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole bunch of rumors going around it. One thing was saying that Anthony Joshua, he's looking for a new trainer. He doesn't know who he wants to train for the fight. It was a rumor that he was getting paid $20 million step-aside money for Tyson Fury and Usyk, which we know is a damn lie. Ain't nobody about to pay that motherfucking much money for no goddamn step-aside. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. You might as well let Anthony Joshua go back in there with Usyk and get his ass whooped again. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly think that Anthony Joshua should step aside and face his fear and fight Deontay Wilder. They're both coming to a loss to Tyson Fury and Usyk, which are good fighters of the division. You know what I'm saying? But I think this fight is still more magnifying than any other fight at heavyweight, and we still have unanswered questions with this fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of shit behind Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, and it's still there. It's still a lot of tension there, and I think it needs to be cleared up. Like, I'm not really checking for Tyson Fury fighting Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not checking for that shit. Now, if it was announced tomorrow that AJ and Deontay Wilder were in talks, man, everybody will be hyped. Nobody's hyped. Nobody that I see on Twitter, Instagram, nobody's hyped for fucking Usyk versus Anthony Joshua again, or Usyk and Tyson Fury, or Dillian White versus Tyson Fury. Nobody's interested in that. Now, Deontay Wilder, I believe he's 35 years old now, but I think he has one good fight left in him, and I would love to see him knock out Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? I would just love to see that fight, even if he don't fucking knock him out, even though I think that's gonna happen. I think that fight still needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? For Anthony Joshua to even bring like some pride back into his name, you know what I'm saying? Some dignity back into his name. The best fight for him would be to fight Deontay Wilder. To me, fighting Usyk, I keep calling this man Usyk again, is not really doing nothing for his name. A lot of people think he'll lose to Usyk again. I honestly don't. I think he'll beat Usyk. I think he'll find a better strategy to beat Usyk, because for that first fight, he really didn't pressure Usyk. I don't know why he didn't, but he just didn't. I think he was just mesmerized at how Usyk was boxing him or some shit, or he tried to outbox him, or I don't know what he thought this was a game or what the fuck, because Usyk was a nice guy before he got in there. I don't know what the fuck Anthony Joshua would be on when he goes into these big fights and then think it's all friendly, ha like he did with Andy Ruiz, letting him hold his belts and all that bullshit. Him and Deontay Wilder, there's like true disdain for each other, at least from what I'm seeing. At least for Deontay Wilder, he truly don't like Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua don't like Deontay Wilder for some reason. And I don't really know why. I think it's just the big difference of the two in character. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua lets Eddie Hearn do what the fuck he wants to do with his career. And Deontay Wilder tries to take control of his own shit. Over his own will, over his own fights and shit like that. Over his own pay. Over you know what I'm saying? Just a big difference between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder in that aspect. And to me, it reminds me a lot of, you know, Ali versus Foreman, because Foreman, he was, you know, all for the country, and, you know, Ali was for his people. You know what I'm saying? So it really brings that kind of magnitude in boxing, and I think it needs to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to be back in the talks. I know it's a long shot, and I know it's probably something that's never gonna fucking happen. But why not? Why aren't these two fighters pressured to fight each other? You know what I'm saying? They still need to be pressured to fight each other. I'm tired of hearing everybody else's name but AJ to fight Deontay Wilder, or everybody else's name to fight, you know, everybody else. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. These are two great heavyweights. I'm not saying Anthony Joshua can't fight. He can fight. But I know he gets knocked out by Deontay Wilder. And I need to see it. I don't care. I need to see it. All that shit that he pulled years ago, you know, with the whole $50 million thing and jumping around from here to there, collecting belts, but miraculously skipping Deontay Wilder's belt. You know what I'm saying? I need to see him in the ring with Deontay Wilder to even get any kind of name, like, to even get any kind of respect back on AJ's name. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to see Deontay Wilder go out on a good note. I do. So I'm probably like setting AJ up just to make Wilder look good. But I still think it would be a great fight. You know what I'm saying? I still think this needs to happen. And I don't see why more people ain't still calling for this. I know a lot of people are, you know, drained of the whole Eddie Hearn situation. You know what I'm saying? But what else is heavyweight doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Heavyweight is the face of boxing. For real. Heavyweight is the face of boxing. And if people ain't even excited to see the champions of the world fight each other like Usyk and Tyson Fury, who we got left? And that's Deontay Wilder and AJ. Can't nobody else pull a crowd like Deontay Wilder and get people motivated for boxing like Deontay Wilder. I don't give a damn. And, you know, AJ was doing the same thing over there in the UK. You know, they was really behind him. People say they, you know, behind Tyson Fury, but really ain't no buzz. People only like Tyson Fury because he white over there. You know what I'm saying? They don't really trust him because he come in and out of boxing when he wants to. Look how long it's taking for him to even make a fight right now. You know? It's all rumors and speculation and shit over there. Ain't nothing set in stone for Tyson Fury.